it's me, Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. How are you this morning? New product! Warning. Let me just check that everything is working as it should. Yes, I am live. It says so. So, how is everyone? Are you all well? Let me know when you've joined, that everything's okay. We're going to be using new product, obviously, hence my absolute excitement. Bottled Happiness. I've only used it once for a sample that I've just made, literally, this morning. So we're using that. We're also using the new InColors. We're using the new InColor twine. We're using the effervescent elements, and we're using the new host paper, which is gorgeous. I mean, if you're into scrapbooking, and I will be doing some scrapbooking videos in the coming weeks and months, because I've seen that there is quite a demand for scrapbooking, and it's actually pretty much where I started my crafting journey. So it's going to be really lovely to go back there. The papers are beautiful for scrapbooking in the host set, so you can get them for free, which is even better. So hello Claire, hope you are well. Hello Shaz. I must do my South Oxfordshire weather report, of course. It's beautiful today. It wasn't meant to be, but it's gorgeous. Hello Jan, are you in Cornwall or are you in South Oxfordshire? Because it's beautiful in South Oxfordshire. So what's the weather report actually claiming to be, if my phone would... Oh, come along. So sunny intervals and a gentle breeze with a high of 14 degrees. Ooh, actually, the forecast for this week has got better. Yes, which is lovely because it's my husband's birthday later in the week. Morning, Bee. So, yes. So, I've got a slightly interesting colour scheme this morning, but just saying, boiling hot in South Devon. That good. Hello, Pam. Wow, I wouldn't say I'm boiling hot. My hands are freezing. My hands are normally very cold, even in hot weather, but they are particularly chilly this morning. We had an early start, having got my car back from the garage, although it's got to go back in again, but never mind. My husband's car broke down last week. So we were dropping that over. I mean, not broken down as in can't be used, but has got a warning saying there's a big fault. So so we drove over to drop his car off this morning, bright and early. So yeah. So Pam is a bit chilly where she is. Jan is in weekly. 4 loads of washing already, Shaz. Now, well, you know, 4 loads of washing of itself is something that doesn't happen in this house. There are only 2 of us, and the most I would do in a week would be 3, maybe 4 in a whole week. And we use a tumble dryer, which we should probably use a line. But anyway, domesticity and me do not necessarily go together. So I'm going to flip the camera down so that we can start having a look at what we are playing with. So this is the card that I've already made with the Bottled Happiness, the bottle, what do we call them? Vintage bottle shaker domes. The print on this box is minute. It's almost as small as the last chance list was for the annual catalogue. Not quite though. Jan is joining us from Florida. Shaz does lots of washing because they're farmers. That makes sense. Morning, Karen from Corrie Paper Crafts. So yes, so we've got these effervescent elements, which are gorgeous. I nearly didn't get them, and I had a little bit of stamping rewards left, so I bought them. But they are gorgeous. I will show you them up close in a moment. So I've used, let's bring in the stamp set. Good morning, Helen from Michigan. So I've used Bottle Happiness. So I've used these two because it's two-step stamping, and I've used this. No, I didn't use that one. What am I saying? I used that one, and then I used the Punch, which wasn't available for a while during pre-order. Then was, and I'm wondering if it's now out of stock again. I don't know. I know there's a huge shipment on its way over, so because there's lots of things that are due to be restocked very soon. I have not done an inventory status report check this morning, so sorry. Morning, Karen. So, sentiments. Let's get into the spirit, sending a little message, and I will be doing something with that if you've seen the catalogue, you will have already seen. Sending cheer, wine not. Then we've got this little sprig. These two bottles work together. Little cork that you don't necessarily realise is a cork when you just look at the stamp itself. Jan has got this stamp. And so then we've got a dumpy bottle as well, but obviously the Punch only works with the tall bottle. So I'm going to make a replica of one of the cards in the catalogue. I can't show it to you because I can't show you the inside of the catalogue yet. B has done swim done. I'm done coffee now and watching you. Perfect. Have you got to Calais yet, B? I know you're not that far off, but I know you're on your way to Calais. So Belinda is doing a sponsored swim, and she's swimming to Calais and back. Not literally, I would hasten to say. So I'm going to start by showing you the lovely paper, and then we will get started on the card that I'm lifting from the catalogue. Oh, and I must show you these because they are gorgeous. Lots of loveliness. And they actually look like bubbles. They are gorgeous. Let me see if it's coming across on the camera. Ish. But they are just gorgeous. So yes, you do need to be quite careful though, as I have discovered the hard way. They roll everywhere. So do be careful. And they're very morning, Nora. They're very smooth. So yeah, just be aware. 85 lengths to go to get to France. So nearly there. So this is, what's it called? Designer Daydream. And it's the Host Designer Series paper. It's got Blackberry Bliss, Daffodil Delight, Mint Macaron, Old Olive, Petal Pink and Pool Party. So an interesting colour combination, but gorgeous nonetheless. Now obviously it will go or tone with various products that are in the catalogue. 6 a.m. and Jan is on her way to work in Florida. So this is a nice sort of hatch on the reverse of that. These are, I mean, you could sort of call them kites, but not quite. And then this beautiful dot pattern. This is the one I'm going to be using with the Blackberry Bliss. And on the reverse is this gorgeous hatch, which is similar to, but not the same as, that one. Then this lovely stripe that isn't diagonal. It's not horizontal, but it's not a full 90 degree or 45 degree diagonal. And hatching on the back. Bicycles! Hubby and I have done a lot of cycling in our time. I don't know how, but I miss this stamp set when going through the catalogue. So on page 16, Jan, all in stock today. Thank you, Shaz. So squares, bicycles on a hatch. Just a sort of dotty dot with like pinwheels on the back. This is beautiful. Sort of tile pattern with just a dot-ish. Kites, ombre kites. Let me bring this out. I'll regret this, but hey, I like you. So yes, ombre. Woo! Love it. With a very, very interesting colour scheme on the back. So that's Daffodil Delight, Petal Pink and Blackberry Bliss. Would never have thought of putting those together had it... That's never going back in there. Had I not seen it. My brain is going. So again, a not quite horizontal, but this time wavy stripe with a floral. More of that. It's the same pattern, as that, but tone on tone. Foliage, more foliage with, again, a really nice stripe on the back. And the last piece is this and this. So again, I think this is ombre. Let's have a look. Hello, Sherry. A little bit ombre, but not totally. And then this on the other side. So that's never going to go back. No, we'll keep it out. So really nice patterns, suitable for men and women, which I always love, suitable for children. I mean, bicycles you can use for anyone who is interested in cycling. Kites, obviously, we can use for pretty much anyone. So I am going with Pool Party, Blackberry Bliss and Petal Pink, but also this. And I am doing a lift out of the catalogue. So if you've got the catalogue, you'll be able to see it. And if you haven't, you won't. So first thing I'm going to do is prepare my card base. So I do score once, cut once. So score and cut. Now, obviously, this is just a half piece of card, depending on whether you're in the US or the rest of the world. I should say North America or the rest of the world, because I think Canada uses North American cardstock as well. Just want to check one thing. Okay. Yep. Right. So I'm literally going to do a lift from the catalogue. I've put the catalogue way out there so that I don't run the risk of bringing it in. I will be using that, but just not yet. So the first thing I'm going to do is cover my card base with my paper. And I like to keep the paper as intact as possible until I cut into it, if you see what I mean. Hello, Kay. So I'm going to stick the whole of the piece of 12 by 12 onto the card front, and then I'm going to trim it down. So I'm going to go around the edge of my card base, having folded it, so I know where the front is. Which, bearing in mind I folded it in half, if you're new, you may be thinking, but you folded the card in half, Liz. Yeah, but one side is always slightly longer than the other. It's just the way these things are. Now, there is no right or wrong way for this pattern to go, so don't need that there for the moment. I am going to just, got stamps and things in the way. I'm just going to take this and line up the top corner and side. Now, theoretically, if I get this straight, everything else should be straight, because everything's at 90 degrees for everyone. Hello, Kay, hello. Hello, hello. Karen said something. Karen's here. Another Karen is here and said something and then decided against it, which is fine. Right, so I'm going to trim my card away from my paper. I'm doing that from the back. I will actually open up my card just so that I make sure I am pushing against the edge of the card. Haven't seen you for a while, Kay. I hope everything is okay. All right, and all those good things. Now, normally I would like to go that way, but I can't, short of actually, oh no, I can, just about. I don't want particularly to cut too much further down. I'll go a little bit further down. And then I would come in with my scissors. Once I get going, it's fine. There we go. Right, so Karen is joining us from New Hampshire, enjoying my morning coffee and watch your video. Thank you. Great way to start the day. Oh, bless you. So we have completely covered the front of that card. I'm then going to take another piece of this paper, and this is where I'm going to get my card templates out. I'm a great fan of Kylie Bertucci's card templates. Terrible typos. Fair enough. Oh, back troubles with sciatica. Hello and welcome. Yes, sciatica is not good. I have chronic sciatica. There is absolutely nothing they can do with it other than just say bad luck, because it was caused by the chemotherapy I had. So there's nothing they can do. So I'm just trying the sizes. So I've cut these to Imperial A4, but I put the labels on for the other sizes. Yeah, that will be wonderful. So I want that. And do I want the next one? Yes, so I want those two. So if you don't know what I'm talking about with Kylie's templates, Kylie Bertucci in Australia sells for a massive, I'm joking, obviously, $5 Aussie each, the measurements for card templates. I bought all three so that I can convert all the sizes. Right, so I'm going to have to cut it that way, so that's fine. So I want Imperial A4, so I'm going to cut this at 4 7/8 by 3 1/8. And if you're in North America, I'll put the measurements on my website, but you would cut 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then I'm going to use the same piece of paper. And, oh, I've done the wrong way around, I think. No, I haven't. So I want 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. So I'm going to see what that is. 4 3/8 is there. No, so I'm going to do 3 1/8 from this piece. And then cut it down to 4 oh, it should have been 3 by 4 3/4. That's right then. Whew. It's because I've got these in a funny order. 3 by 4 3/4. So this is how her templates work. I highly recommend. Hello, Candy. I highly recommend having a look at them, especially if you are doing tutorials. So if you are a demonstrator doing tutorials, it's a great way to make sure that you've got the conversion, because it then means you can sell them anywhere in the world, because you can sell your tutorials anywhere. Says she who keeps meaning to do that and not. So that's those two. So let's pop those somewhere where I remember where they are. So that's then going to go on there. But first of all, we need to punch our bottle out. Just double checking. Yes, right. And I want a scrap of paper to stamp. I had a really good site. There we are. Because I also want to stamp the bottle. So I'm using Pool Party as my this. Now I could just use the Pool Party background, but I'm going to go a little bit classier than that. Not much. So I'm going to prep my stamp. The templates are a game changer, Annette. Absolutely. Oh, and while I think about it, oh, hang on, can I sympathise with Kay? It's a terrible thing, yeah. Oh, perforated and prolapsed disc. Yeesh. It has been a while since you caught me live, Candy. So yes, I do sympathise with anyone who has sciatica, because I do. Right, so Pool Party ink. There's sun coming through my window. It would appear I re-inked this recently, not very well, in that I haven't spread the ink out. Oops. Right. So actually, no, I think it would be a waste. But I will do it later on a different project. Right, so there's our bottle. Sorry, my brain is thinking of what I'm not doing. apparently. Right, stamping scrub. Right, okay, so I need my punch. So I'm going to punch out my bottle. And the large pack of paper has just slipped down under my desk and is on my foot. It's fine, it's not heavy, it's just there. Right, so that's that. Now this will go a certain way up, but obviously won't go the whole, further than it will. So you are limited a little as to your depth of punch. I do quite fancy it being central. Call me old-fashioned. It's either got to be central or not central for me. So we've got that. We're going to attach that to that into the hole. We will be doing a dome, so we will obviously put the dome in before we do anything much else. And we need to do a little bit of something else as well. So, hello Val from Townsville, Queensland. I'm guessing it's quite warm with you. Okay, not good. Yeah, I mean, I've just accepted, and I'm not saying everyone should, because you shouldn't. I have had to accept the fact that my sciatica is never going to get any better. It is what it is. Right, so there's sticky on two sides of this bottle thing. I take amitriptyline, which is an antidepressant. I don't take it for depression, I would hasten to add. I take it for nerve pain, and it does help a bit. It's a very low dose that I take. It's not in antidepressant dose amounts. Right, so that's going to go there, but that's going to go in there. That's fine. But the first thing, or the next thing I need, is a small piece of, I think I'm going to go soft suede. Could use crumb cake, could use soft suede, could use whatever you want, really. Now, pair of snips. I haven't tried this. Let's just be honest. I haven't tried this, so I have no idea if this is going to work or not. However, let's give it a go. So, Sherry has ordered this set. I'm just going to start curling this. Can't wait for it to arrive. Val, beautiful weather, it would be your summer, and we're heading into our so-called winter. Fair enough, Val. Because yes, you're the other way up. So John isn't John, he's Chris from Sydney. Hello. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy the videos, Chris. They thought I had sciatica last year and treated it for 4 months, and turned out you have a cyst between your discs. Ow! Yeah, no, mine is definitely nerves. I've been to a nerve specialist about it. I had that for my sciatica, and it is an absolute game changer, Karen. Because, yeah, I mean, I notice if I don't take it, put it like that. Right, so what I'm trying to do is just get this to curl a bit. If you keep going, you will actually separate the layers, and you can get faux suede, but that's not what I want it for. What I want it for is a really small little twizzle. Yes, that'll work. I might go see if I can get it slightly smaller. You've got a 4-year-old new knee. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, they're getting really good at new knees now. My mother had one when they were still quite new, and it wasn't a great success. But right, so I have got that going quite small now. So if I try and get it even smaller and grab my glue. So as I say, this is a lift from the catalogue. Absolutely nothing wrong with lifting from the catalogue. It's kind of what it's there for. let's get that really as small as I can make it with my somewhat chilly fingers. Oh, and I've curled it beyond belief now. So it's now crumpled rather than curled. Let's see if I can save it. It's one of those moments where not looking at it is actually a good idea. So while I'm faffing, do remember that if you're enjoying this, a thumbs up is always appreciated. And if you don't already subscribe, that's really, really appreciated. So I'm just going to pop some glue down there just to kind of hold it in place. Surprisingly, that's what glue does. At work now. So I'll see you on the replay, Jan. Have a great day. Don't work too hard. Right, so that is now pretty much stuck together. Famous last words as it goes bing. So we've got our lovely twines, and I'm going to go, let's see, I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go Starry Night, Starry Sky, whatever it's called, that one. The punch has been going in and out of stock, okay, so that will be why. But Karen did say that everything currently is available. So, right, so I'm just tying a little knot round this scrollet. And trim my ends. Get rid of this. Oh, so those of you who are customers rather than fellow demos, and if you're in the UK, I've got both my InColor Club and my product shares are reserving now. My InColor Club was very popular last year, so always worth having a look at. So that's going in there, and then we're going to have the whole message in a bottle thing. So, eeny, meeny, miny, moe, which way do I do this? I am going to take this off first. Lay that in there, and with luck the edge will be sticky enough to hold it in place whilst I add some liquid adhesive. And this is where I'm going to get sticky, because I've got to get that finger out. Oh, there we go. There we are. So we have a little message in a bottle. Could probably have done with being slightly smaller than that, but never mind. So Karen needs to get this bundle. Didn't consider it much, but I'm seeing lots of lovely projects. It's always the way. Always the way. There are so many things that I go, nah. The songbird, wasn't getting it. It's on its way to me, should arrive today. So that's going to go on there. Now, before I put that on there, I'm actually going to be really brave. Because I want to put sending a little message, and I'm going to stamp it onto here. Okay, you've got things caught. Oh, if you've got it caught in the UK customs thing, yeah, that's not great. Never, never update your software. That's what I say. There's been a whole load of messages today in the UK leaders group about the UPS, well, the customs issue. So fingers crossed we'll get some help soon. Right, I'm going to pop that up there. And I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss ink. Then I'm going to make a project using the new InColors. Yeah, Songbirds, wasn't going to guess it. Getting it now. Now, if this was a red rubber stamp set, I would not be that brave. But it's not. It's photopolymer. So you can see where you're stamping, which is always good. Why am I always looking under there? Oh, actually, I did put it away. I did put it away. Right, and then we will be done pretty much with that card. Obviously, you need to stick it to the card base. I know I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. If you use the stamping scrub with the mist, you will get less staining on your photopolymer stamps. I found that out the hard way. So we're sending a little message. It's almost straight. Pop this on the front and then we will be done. Actually, I might add some rhinestones. But other than that, we will be done. Right, rhinestones. Hello, Carol. Yeah, they are doing stuff. The trouble is they're doing stuff in the background that we don't then hear about. So we have suggested that telling us what's going on would be a good idea, not just telling us nothing. Communication is key. Right, okay, so I'm going to use... Oh, something on my eyelid. It's an eyelash. So I'm going to have one there, one up here. Actually, I think I'll go there, and then a little one all the way up there. No, I've definitely got an eyelash or something on my eyelashes. So just getting a line to kind of join the two bits up. So that's our first card that we've made on camera. So next is to do some... Oh yeah. I was just looking to see what I was doing next. Again, lifting from the catalogue. Yes. Same paper, which is different from the catalogue. And again, I'm going to use a Blackberry Bliss, this card base, this colour card base. And this time I'm going to turn the colours over. Oh, except I could. No, I'm going to do what I planned. So, that would be the logical bit to go for. No. So let's do that. So, same again. Let me pop that. Oh, you can see it there, can't you? So, yes, this is the first of the ones we've made together. For those of you who've joined a little later, this is the one I made before. And I've coloured the inside of the dome with a blend. Oasis, Orchid Oasis. Yes, Orchid Oasis. Which is this, it's sort of blue but sort of mauve, sort of not quite sure what it's doing. Hello, Deborah from Michigan. Another person from Michigan. What is someone who's, what's the name for someone from Michigan? Like, a Londoner is someone from London. I think Oxford is an Oxfordian. Don't know, actually. Devon's easy. Devon's a Devonian. Don't know what. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, that some have obvious. I just said I was going to use InColors. Ah, I lied. Clearly. Didn't mean to lie. I just have. Actually, I can bring. Oh no, that would be unpleasant. Don't think Blackberry Bliss goes with any of the InColors particularly well. Right, okay, so again, just going to cut from the back. I know what I was going to do, and I then got distracted, and I'm doing something completely different. Well, not completely different, but just using different products instead of what I was planning to do. Oh, did anyone see my top tip this morning? Did anyone see my top tip and enjoy it? And has anyone got any that Michigander? Okay, Michigander. Thank you, Kay. Yes, it's the funny Oasis Orchid Oasis colour. It's lovely, and it's definitely got a sort of mauve or purple sub colour going on. Right, so we've got petal pink on our front, a piece of card. I thought I had, but I don't. Some other, definitely had some more scraps of this, which I now can't find. Maybe it was a very small scrap and it was so small I threw it away. Oh well, hey ho. Right, I will find another scrap. So I'm going to cut this down again, and might as well use the same measurements, make life easy for myself. So 3 1/8 by 4 7/8. Oh no, 3 by 4 3/4 for the white. 3. That's what I was thinking of. I had white and pool party. 4 3/4. How do I get through the day? My brain is all over the place. You did good. I'm glad. I want more tips of how to use up scraps though, because when I sent out my catalogues, I sent out tea bags in an envelope, and these are all the bits that are left over. Sorry, those are irritating me because they're in the wrong space. So yes, I've got lots of bits that I need to use up. But yeah, I need to use them up. Right, okay, so let's get a brain cell going. I'm going to cut it from this side, but I need 3 1/8 by 4 7/8. Right, 4 7/8. I did check that I didn't have 4 7/8 the other way, by the way. By 3 1/8. Right, okay. So we're doing that this time. So I'm actually not going to use a dome this time. I'm just going to stamp, and I'm going to stamp off. Once upon a time I had some scrap paper. That will do. Scrap paper. Right, so I'm going to stick with Pool Party because I like the Pool Party petal pink thing. Thank you, Carol. A couple nights ago I was scrolling down the Insta reels of adorable dogs and boom. Yes, I am doing reels, Candy. I keep saying to people, go and follow me on Instagram because I'm doing some stuff over there, and it's kind of mad stuff. I just want to see if that's, yeah, that works. I am doing some really mad things. That's not stamped off properly. That has. Right, so I'm going, I've just had a thought. What I plan to do may not actually fit. Probably use those scraps in abstract linear cards or quilting style pattern. Yeah, absolutely, can do that. Right, I need the other stamp, and this is where we all go few. So pleased that with these are photopolymer. So this is a really weird shape. Anything that's a really weird shape, I tend to try and just drop and let it relax a bit before I then pick it up. Probably need my D block, but we'll go with it. I am just going to rub a little gently, But yes, I'm having great fun doing the reels, as you probably gathered, Candy. Now, I would probably, in fact I'm going to cheat. Because I find it so much easier to stamp light onto dark than dark onto light. That is dark. Stamping off is light. Where's my... There it is. It's not beautifully stamped off. Let's try that again. Let's turn it over and try that again. That's better. Right, so this is much easier because I can see the dark pool party through my light pool party. Load, aim, fire. Could weave, I guess, as well. Maybe cut them down a bit and then weave them. So there we are, we've got a nice light bottle. And I'm going to grab Petal Pink and Pear Pizzazz. I think Pear Pizzazz is in the paper. Otherwise I'll... Oh no, it's not. It's Old Olive. Okay, I'll swap that for Old Olive. If I'm using pattern paper, even if I'm not using paper with the colour in, I tend to pick the colours in the paper. Does that make sense? Right, so actually I'm going to do these the other way round. So I'm going to do Petal Pink first. So this is one of those ones that you line up, you know, two-step stamping and all that good stuff. And there is a definite place to pop the top of your bottle. And this is going to show that it's slightly, my bottle is slightly off centre. Now, if you have trouble getting a good image from your photopolymer stamps, do remember that the Stampin' Piercing mat is the answer, that piece of kind of grey foam. This. I've got a bit of squish underneath my grid paper, so I do get a bit of forgiveness. And then you've got to line up your... Right, so these bits are going to go into the flowers. So you theoretically only need to line up 2. And everything else should fall into place. Shall we find out if that's true? And it is. So it will calm down a bit. It's quite dark at the moment. Possibly should have stamped it off, but we've even got these little buds that are more or less lined up. I don't think they're meant to line up exactly. I think there is meant to be a bit of a gap between them. Right, so this is going to go on to my Blackberry Bliss, and then that's going to go on there. And yes, I will use that. Let's just go down the sides. Ooh, I know what I could put on there, which I had floating around. There we go. Snips. Okay, who's stolen my snips? Someone's stolen my snips. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Kay. Hello, Barbara from North Carolina. Right, I'm just going to tie a knot in my little bit of pool party ribbon. This is this month's customer gift. If you use the host code, you get the pool party sheer ribbon, which is carrying over. I really do want my other snips. There they are, buried underneath paper. I love this ribbon. Really pretty. I like that it's not too in your face. Right, glue dot. Come on. And that can just go there. Tuck the edges of the dot in. And squish. And then this goes on here. And we have our second card done. And then I'm going to do a very quick one with InColors. There we go. And we could just add, did I clean that? No. We could just add a quick little sentiment. Let's pop that on there. Wrong colour, wrong side. And I'm going to use Old Olive just to make the Old Olive a bit more meaningful, as in meant. So just down in the corner, sending cheer. Comme ça. And that also helps balance out the fact that this is actually off centre. Just saying. Apparently I am not capable of lining things up. Right, let's put those away. And so that's... Thank you, Helen. Deborah's going to... Deborah's sneaking in and is going to watch on replay. That's perfect. So those are the two we've just made. I will do one very quick in colour version. So grab some more white card. I've got, talk about a crafter muff. Right, I am going to see if I can use some of these, or at least one of these. So I have cut an Oasis Orchid Oasis. It's Orchid Oasis, isn't it? I'll get there eventually. Orchid Oasis is right in front of me. So I am thinking I could do something like that. Sentiment there, bottle stuff. In fact, let's use a different, let's clean some stamps and use a different bottle. Talk about bomb site. Right. Don't need it. Clean it, put it away. Won't be using it. Clean it, put it away. Right, this is called conveyor belt stamp cleaning. You know me, I like conveyor belt, all sorts of things. And then the bottle. Right, stamps clean, tick. Okay, so. Ooh, I know which one I can use. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to leave it to relax a bit. And I'm going to use that. So I'll leave that to relax. That doesn't need to relax, but I'm going to stick it there anyway. Sending happiness. Oh, yeah, it's almost like, oh, going to the gym getting new photopolymer stamps off their blocks. The blue is, it's the one that I still see. I know it's blue, but I still see some non-blue in it. Oh, that one. Yeah, there was one more I had to tuck away. Right, okay. So, that goes with that as well. Right, so I'm going to pick that up because we are going to use that, and I'm just going to rub it with my finger. That needs a slightly bigger, and again that needs to be prepped. And this, which I thought had a cat hair on it, which wouldn't surprise me. Pepper is molting like nobody's business. Just saying. Black fur everywhere at the moment. I mean, the others may be molting as well, but he's got black fur, so it kind of sticks out. Right, okay, so first thing I'm going to do is be brave. This is going to be almost monochromatic, but not. So, almost, but not quite. Let me just check that that is straight. Yep.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Oh. My smart speaker decided it was going to join in. Right. Fingers crossed, touching wood hard. In fact, I'm going to cheat. So, I want to make sure that I stamp my sentiment straight. So, if I line my card up with my grid paper and then lie something across it, not white would have been better, of course. Hopefully that'll be straight. Nearly bordering on indigo. It is! It is the blue you have when you don't have blue. I kind of know what you mean. Not straight. Right, let's try that again, but with a colour that I can actually see. Isn't it fortunate that we have two sides to paper? Can you hear the cogs going in my brain? Now that's straight. Right, okay. So, we're going to have... Oh, actually, let's use that. So I'm going to have that there. So let's stick that there. Let's pop that out of the way. So I'm just going to stick this. This is 5 inches wide, long, whichever. So I'm just going to stick adhesive right the way along it. It will go off the edges, and then I'll be trimming it down when I put it onto the card. But I want to know where it is. Like that. And we can then deliberately offset Now I'm holding this down a reasonable length of time because this is a solid stamp and I want the ink to have time to transfer. If you go down and up, you're going to get a less solid colour. If that makes sense, I'll show you on a scrap in a minute. And then this is Parakeet Party, and I'm going to try that again. Let me just stamp that off because I don't actually want to ink up that bottom bit. Thinking about it, because Parakeet Party will probably show on top of Oasis. So I'm going to ink up all except that very last bottom bit. Sorry, I've just had a delivery not from UPS. It's my husband's birthday present. Right. Okay. Hang on. Sorry to be a pest, but if that is a glass bottle, should we see the stems? I'm not doing it as a glass bottle. I'm doing it as a solid bottle with reflection off it. So it's a it's porcelain, something like that. You all held the breath. And Barbara, no, you're not being a pest at all. Yes, absolutely, you should see the stems. If oh, the floral image doesn't have stems. No, yes. Yeah, it's kind of just odd is what it is, but yes. It should. You're right. This doesn't, because it's solid. Blue is gorgeous. It's a stunning colour. A friend of mine has been saying for years that we don't have a proper blue. She doesn't consider Pacific Point to be a proper blue. I'm hoping she considers this to be a proper blue. You're expecting UPS today. I'm expecting UPS today as well. With my free postage stuff. So that's going to go on there. Like that. No, I'm going to use runner. So if you remember, I've got glue on my paper as well. So that I can then just trim with my sticky scissors, which do need a clean. They are very sticky at the moment. Like that. So now I was going to do something. Oh yes, I know what I was going to do. So there we are. That's that one. You've had a delivery from the from Australia Post. Whoa. Karen's free stuff is due on Thursday. Kay's has just arrived. Hello, Margaret. So I want to show you what happens if you are too quick. That's a nice scrap. With your plonking. So this, I think we can all agree, is a nice solid image. Surprisingly solid, given that it's photopolymer. Obviously, prepping your stamp first helps. That's the whole rubbing it with your hand bit. They did come out fast from free shipping day. So I'm going to ink this up again, just, you know, as I did before. And this time I'm going to go down and up. So something of a difference. If you want a solid image, particularly with photopolymer, you need to leave that stamp in place for a reasonable length of time. So if I pop that down and press and leave it, so, you know, just hold it there for, I don't know, the count of 5 maybe. That is the difference you get. Quick, giving it some time. So, yeah. If you ever find that your solid stamping is a bit more like this than this, my suggestion would be to try holding it in place with a bit of pressure on it and counting 5 hippopotamuses, which if you watch Friends will make you smile. So yeah, big difference between the two. So let's have a recap. This is the card that I made before we started with some of the effervescent, what do they call them? Effervescent elements. And this was the Dark Orchid Oasis blend on the inside of the card. And yes, very good point. We should have stalks. I'm guessing that's why we've got Stampin' Right markers. Frankly, you could draw some in. Then we did a message in a bottle as a lift from the catalogue. Let's get rid of all those scraps. I'm thinking paper weaving. Let's get rid of those. So then we did a message in a bottle. And then we did the florals with no stalks. Retrofitting old olive stalks. Let's have a look. Shall we do some retrofitting? Looks like Bristol blue glass. It does a bit, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to grab a short ruler, she says. Where's my short? There it is. I might be able to retrofit some stems. let's see if this works, shall we? I mean, they don't have to be dead straight, obviously, because, you know, stems aren't always. Let's have some of them crossing. This may ruin the card. Just saying. And it may not. I'm going to allow them to be obscured by the top of the bottle. Let's add some, so they're not completely straight, because when is a stem ever totally straight? Does that make you happier? Because you're right, we should be able to see. Can't do much about the one with the dome on, but we can do that. But you are right, we should be able to see the stems. So we can see the stems now. So there you are. So we've got the new Bottled Happiness bundle, InColors, at least 2 of them, and the new pattern paper for the host set. So, I hope, she says, trying to put her straight edge back and giving up. I hope you enjoyed that. Do remember, a thumbs up is always appreciated, and a share is really, really appreciated. If you're watching on the replay, if you've got any questions or comments, please leave those below in the description bar. Let me bring up the big screen of me. I just found that scrap of paper I was looking for. Nothing quite like better late than never. Right, that's better. I like to say goodbye properly. Definitely better with stems. Good, good. Happy. I might make them a bit thicker because they're a bit wispy at the moment, but anyway. Thank you very much. I'm glad you liked the cards. As I say, thumbs up is always appreciated. If you're watching replay, then comments below, please do. I need to reply to some of the comments that have already been left on other videos. I know I've got that on my to-do list. If you don't already subscribe, bottom right hand corner is where you want to go. She says, hoping that that's the right way around, because I'm never quite sure which way around it is. Anyway, thank you very much indeed. I will be live on and off throughout the week, but definitely at 3 p.m. on Thursday, as usual. But I will be doing some unscheduled lives as well. So if you don't already subscribe and hit the alert bell, certainly until probably a couple of weeks into the new catalogue, you're going to want to do that, because I will just be going live on occasion. So thank you very much indeed. Have a fantastic rest of your day, evening for those of you in Queensland, or probably night. And I will look forward to seeing some of you later in the week. Bye bye.